Welcome to my video on how to produce your own subwoofers slash amp inside your room. Sorry about the room, it's really messy and I don't feel like cleaning it, and I'm going to get on with this. Okay, first off, you're going to need a CPU out of your old computer, a screwdriver, or an Allen key. This is just for this right here. Mine are screws, Phillips head. You're going to need a razor to cut the cords. This just came in handy because it's a flathead and it has a blade in it. Your CPU usage cord, which is just basically this. Nothing fancy. And a wire. You can use any kind of wires. I believe I have some wires in there. Some old stuff. Wires. Copper or copper wiring. Alright. First off, we'll start with the CPU. Well, actually, first off, you make sure all this stuff works before you do any of this, because you don't want to waste the CPU if you don't need to. You gotta take it out of your old computer desktop. I got out of a desktop. You could buy a brand new one with more watts, but I didn't. I just took it out of my old CPU desktop. Right here, I don't really feel like taking this out, but right here, you see the green. Well, on my finger, there's a green wire. The only green wire inside the motherboard cable. You have to connect, there's a red wire in here connected to that green one right there, and there's a black one right next to it, so I just put two and two together. I put it right next to each other, which you could do, or you could connect to any black in here. There's like 3 to 5 blacks in here, so connect a cable. I used a stereo one. I used a piece of this to it, because it was like flimsier than this one. It was kind of hard to bend, and I got that in there good. You want to test it after you do this. Like I said, you put half of it inside the green, which is kind of bluish here, and this black one right here. So that just shorts it out. So when you plug it in, you also want to make sure you have a plug. You plug it in, make sure it's not plugged in the wall. It's in snug. Then you want to plug it in the wall. If yours has a switch on it, if you buy a new one and it has a switch on it, you want to switch it on, keep it switched off. But mine doesn't. I'm just going to plug it in the wall right here. I don't know if you guys hear that. It's the fan. Make sure it blows. It's just to keep all the wires cool and make sure it doesn't do anything. Then you can unplug that. It should turn off. Sorry guys, I'm a little congested right now. Put your CPU right next to your amplifier. This is where my stubby screwdriver will come in handy. This is your ground right here. Sorry for the bad lighting. This is your ground right here. This is your remote. You need to have a cable cut from it. I used another piece of this. Cut it. I don't know if you guys see it right there. There's a nice little cable that goes from here to here, from your remote to your 12-volt input. That's just a remote to say it turns on, quote unquote. Just to make sure it works. And then you want to take, before you get into that, you want to go to here. There's a bunch of wires. You want to follow this one. This one's named P4. You want to take the black and the yellow one, as I seen you cut right there. And then you want to cut a little bit, and just in case it doesn't work, you gotta put them back together. Here's the black and white, black and yellow. You want to trim some of that off so you have a nice good input. I don't know if you guys can see this. The black is obviously the ground. You want to put the black inside this ground. I'm going to do that because I can't hold the video camera while doing it. Screw it in nice and tight. That is your ground. GND is ground. Connect your black wire to it. And then you want to take your yellow. This is your 12-volt. You want to put it in the 12 right here. I'm trying to get this to the best angle I could think of that you guys could see. Nice and tight. You want to yank on each one a little bit, make sure it's tight, and make sure this one's tight in the middle. You want to make sure your remote didn't fall out and your 12 volt is in there. All these are tight. Basically, you're done setting up the external, the hard part. You're going to make sure all your speakers are hooked up to the amplifier. Obviously this, if you only have a one sub, you want to do the bridge, which is just positive here and negative here, just to get the maximum output. You want to, I'm going to slightly move this onto my bed again, because it won't reach. You want to put that. Then you want to take your, because you're hooked up all the negative, the positive, and the remote, so you're going to plug, you want to plug in your cable into the wall, which gives out 110 volts. Make sure this turns on, you can hear it. You want to come over here. This is the lights. Just says power, and that's protected in case you short it. I'll turn off. Right here is your yellow and red RCA cables that you have to have. And just your bass booster and all this other random stuff over here. All these are connected. There's your fuse. Doesn't really matter. Then you want to go to whatever your music source is, which is my Xbox right now. Reptile theme. So just unplug your RCAs. It's just because I need to go to the Best Buy and get some cables. I gotta do this pretty quick when Mom's sleeping. Ready? I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and tell me what you think. I'll make a better one soon.